Look, RTS is one of the company who has been based in Abu Dhabi. We have been working into this industry since 2010, I would say that. However, with the multiple fold of the business, with the revenue stream, I would like to be very quick and precise with the portfolio which we have been managing so far. Maybe with this, we are one of the largest company into the group where exactly we have been providing the managed services, number one. And it is not only limited to the infrastructure. Maybe for example, the ERP consultancy has also been there. So this is somewhere like the in-house thing we used to do since 2010. However, with the last 3 years or 4 years, we have been changed a lot with the kind of leadership we have it, number one. Number two, the articulation and the stamina of the RTS has been quite a lot improved. Why we say that? Because we have been known as a stereotype system integrator into the market, right? The security surveillance solution, maybe the bollard gate barriers, and maybe thousands of the solutions are be there into ELV job. However, with the last 4 years, there has been an immense improvement into RTS. Why I say that? We are more into the IT now, the core IT. Maybe for example, I would say that as of now, the big success stories of RTS is just like that. We have been able to enable our IT infrastructure jobs. Maybe for example, there are more of the areas which are being there, maybe not only limited to the storage, compute, virtualization, backup solutions, and the journey goes on. So this is one of the area RTS does provide the services to our customers. Number two, the largest spectrum of this, maybe the success rate, you can say that the data center management is one of the area we have been looking for. So this is much interesting and amazing area we have been doing. And the last thing where I could be able to give you that superficial level of the understanding that maybe for example cyber security is one of the area which is a game changer for us. So I think we have been working on these kind of areas. Maybe for example information security, one of the area where we have been doing the amazing jobs. And I think so rest apart from that, ELV is our running domain. The group companies and the kind of run rate businesses are already been there. So I would say that in last 3-4 years we have been capable enough just to change and unchain the kind of criteria which has been into the market. And it makes us say that we are excited and we are much amazing to work about with all these multiple technologies where exactly we are not limited to our group companies. We are much interested to go into much of the organic growth. Why we say that? We are more interested to work in the hospitality industries. Why we say that? Corona has changed a lot into this part. And IT is one of the sector where exactly we have this opportunity to work it around, and maybe with the kind of proximity solutions, security, surveillance and all these things could have been provided. So I must say that it is a small introduction of RTS, what we have been doing. Absolutely, that was one of the amazing thing we have done. And let me just tell you that how we have brought these kind of culture, what we make say that to our customer, that this is the change we have been able to brought on board. One is the technology and the solution. We have the solution architect with us who used to put their brains on board and thereafter they prepare the complete roadmap. This is one of the success criteria. Number two, our strategic partnerships with the kind of technology, it's another game changer. And the third last thing is the post sale, where exactly the services are being a killer factor for us. So I must say these three combinations all together, it has changed a lot into the market, and it has changed a lot with the kind of spectrum where exactly RTS has been doing so far. So I would say that this is a quick win we could be able to have a driving force on behind of that. One last thing which is just like a very different factor for us just to have a driving force where exactly we could be able to unchain the technology. Why we would say that? Because if for example you are a customer, you have been living into one environment on year basis. Maybe for example you are happy or you are not happy, we are the one who will become your consultant where exactly with the kind of solution architect, design, engineering, it's not limited to that one. Another thing, we used to provide the augmentation, the consultancy of the staff as well, maybe the resident engineer, maybe the brains of the entire world we could be able to brought on board on the shoulder of RTS, and thereafter we would say that we are just completing the complete look around of the client requirement where we could be able to complete their services. So in a nutshell, I could be able to say that this is a kind of recipe where exactly we could be able to move to the next level of the understanding. It's amazing question, I would say that, and I think so in my roadmap or maybe in the roadmap of RTS is just like to have organic growth. Organic growth in a way Maybe for example, if you ask me, I'm very good into residential, I'm very good into commercials, maybe I'm very good in few of the areas which are being very much confidential with the nature of the understanding which we have it with the customer. We are targeting the organic growth in a way maybe the industries could be changed. We are aiming to have the hospitality segment to be with us. This is one of the areas, the strategic roadmap we have been looking for. Another area we wanted to tap into the financial markets, right? Financial institutions. And because you say that when we go into that regime, we could be able to unlock more of the strategic things when we say 3 years down the line and 5 years down the line. And this list goes on with the capability we wanted to form within ourselves. So you could say that the only strategy we do have it just to have a more organized, more kind of organic growth with the kind of unlocking the new areas of the industries. I think so. It's a very good platform. I would say starting from the beginner to the last level of the expert. I would say that because it is covering the entire thing. If for example, maybe few of my colleagues are been coming, they are bringing their kids, they are bringing their kind of friends who are been coming from the schools, universities. So this is just a good startup for the people who would like to understand, and maybe for the people like us, maybe who are more into the technology as well. It's a very good platform just to have your presence maybe in front of so many competitors, maybe in front of so many people, maybe so many consumer markets, because this is also one of the area where we have to look into. So all in all, I would say that it's a very fascinating Gitex which has been organized so far. It's been lovely doing with whole of the spectrum of, maybe it does not limit the age, it does not limit the kind of maybe the culture you are having it maybe does not limit the kind of profession do you have it. It entirely covers the complete fence and the kind of area which is being intended by every stakeholder. So it's amazing to have this Gitex session to be there.